The Galactic Council had always pitied humanity. For 3 centuries since first contact, the other species viewed humans as the galaxy's ultimate survivors, scrappy, adaptable, but ultimately weak. They endured where others perished, yes, but they lacked the raw strength of the Karathi warriors, the technological brilliance of the Zilani, or the psychic prowess of the ethereal collective. Ambassador Vextha of the Zilani Empire tapped her crystalline fingers against the council table as she addressed the assembly. The human colonies in the Outer Rim have been completely overrun by the Devourer swarm. We estimate total casualties within the week. A collective murmur of sympathy rippled through the chamber. The Devourers were a plague upon the galaxy, biomechanical, constructs that consumed entire worlds, stripping them of all organic and technological matter. Dozens of civilizations had fallen to their relentless advance. "We should prepare evacuation ships," suggested Karathi General Thrax, his massive frame casting shadows across the holographic star map. "The humans will need our assistance to relocate their survivors." "Agreed," nodded High Mystic Ethan of the Ethereal Collective, her translucent form shimmering. "It is our duty to preserve what remains of their species." But Admiral Sarah Chen of the Terran Federation stood slowly, her weathered face bearing an expression none of them recognized. "With respect, honored council members, we won't be needing evacuation ships." The chamber fell silent. Vextha's bioluminescent markings flickered in confusion. "Admiral, our scouts report that the Devourer fleet has already consumed 17 of your worlds. Surely you understand the impossibility of..." "The impossibility of what?" Admiral Chen's voice carried a cold edge that made several council members shift uncomfortably. "Of fighting back, of refusing to run?" General Thrax leaned forward, his forearms gesturing dismissively. "Admiral, your species' survival instincts are admirable, but this is not about fleeing from a natural disaster or outlasting a harsh environment. The Devourers cannot be reasoned with, cannot be outlasted. They are consumption incarnate." "Admiral," Chen smiled, and something in that expression sent an inexplicable chill through the assembled delegates. "General, you're absolutely right. They can't be reasoned with. And that's exactly why we're going to exterminate every last one of them." High Mystic Ethan's form flickered with alarm. Through her psychic abilities, she sensed something dark awakening in the human's mind. Not malice, but something far more terrifying. Purpose. Absolute, unwavering purpose backed by a fury so cold it burned. "Admiral," Ethan whispered, "what are you planning? You want to know what humanity really is?" Admiral Chen activated her personal hologram projector, showing the ravaged surface of New Terra. Cities lay in ruins, forests stripped bare, oceans drained. "You see survivors. You see a species that endures. But you've never seen what we really are." The hologram shifted, showing massive industrial complexes rising from the planet's wounds, factories that worked without pause, churning out weapons of war unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. "We are persistence predators," Admiral Chen continued, her voice growing stronger. "For millions of years, we hunted prey not by being faster or stronger, but by never ever giving up. We tracked our quarry across continents, across seasons, until they collapsed from exhaustion. And when they thought they were safe, when they thought they had escaped, we appeared again. Always following. Always hunting." The hologram now showed human fleets, not the sleek, elegant vessels of other species, but brutal, angular ships designed for one purpose: war. They poured from hidden shipyards like metal locusts, their hulls scarred with battle damage from previous encounters. "The eye." "Devourers made one critical error," Admiral Chen said, her eyes reflecting the cold light of distant stars. "They attacked our children." Vextha's voice trembled. "Admiral, surely you're not suggesting..." "I'm not suggesting anything," Admiral Chen cut her off. "I'm telling you what's going to happen. Every Devourer construct in this galaxy is going to die. We're going to hunt them through every star system, every nebula, every black hole they try to hide behind. We're going to adapt to every trick they use, overcome every advantage they think they have. The hologram showed human vessels engaging devourer swarms. But these weren't the desperate last stands the Council expected. The humans fought with a calculated brutality that defied comprehension. They used the devourer's own consumption against them, seeding planets with virulent nanoplagues that corrupted their biomechanical systems from within. They turned asteroids into kinetic kill weapons, accelerating them to near light speed before smashing them into devourer hive ships. "Your species doesn't fight wars," General Thrax observed, his voice hushed with something approaching awe. "You fight extinctions." "Now you're beginning to understand," Admiral Chen nodded. "The Karathi wage war for honor. The Zilani fight for territory. The Ethereals battle for ideology. But humans? We don't fight wars. We end threats. Permanently." The hologram showed the aftermath of human retaliation. Devourer corpses drifted in the void, their biomechanical components systematically dismantled and analyzed. Human scientists worked tirelessly to understand their enemy's every weakness, every vulnerability. "But the cost," High Mystic Ethon whispered, her psychic senses overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of human determination. "Your people, your worlds, are already being rebuilt." Admiral Chen replied simply, "Stronger than before. We don't just survive catastrophe, we learn from it. Every attack makes us harder to kill. Every loss teaches us new ways to kill our enemies." The council chamber remained silent as the implications sank in. They had spent centuries viewing humanity as the galaxy's victims, the species that endured, because they lacked the strength to do otherwise. They had never considered that perhaps humans chose survival not from weakness, but as a strategy, that perhaps beneath their apparent fragility lay something far more dangerous than any predator the galaxy had ever known. Admiral Chen deactivated her hologram and looked around the chamber. "The devourer threat will be eliminated within 6 months. After that, the outer rim will be safe for all species." She paused, her expression softening slightly. "We appreciate the Council's concern for our welfare, but we won't need those evacuation ships." As she walked toward the chamber's exit, her final words echoed in the stunned silence. "We're not the ones who need to run." Within the year, the last devourer construct had been hunted down and destroyed. The galaxy was safe once more. But the other species never again made the mistake of viewing humanity as mere survivors. They had learned the difference between enduring and hunting, and they prayed they would never become humanity's prey.